The news starts now. AM 1240 and 95.3 FM. WJON.
Good morning. WJON news time is 5:32. We're at 41 degrees. I'm Jay Caldwell. Weather today should see a high of 59 with sunny skies. Winds out of the northwest, 10 to 15 miles an hour. I'll have details on the weather forecast following WJON News. News is brought to you by Farmers and Merchants State Bank and Buyer Built Woodworks. On the day, the Minneapolis City Council delayed the start of the controversial Uber-Lyft driver pay ordinance until July 1st. Republicans tried again, this time on the Minnesota Senate floor, to cancel that ordinance, but Democrats blocked it on procedural grounds.
This would be the jurisdiction and domain of the State and Local Government Committee and not appropriate for the Transportation Policy Omnibus Bill.
Mendota Heights Democrat Matt Klein, Fergus Falls Republican Jordan Rasmussen responded.
The stated goal of this bill is to improve upon our state transportation system. And I cannot think of an issue and a challenge more direct to our state transportation system than ride-sharing companies planning on exiting the Minnesota market.
Democrats say negotiations are underway with a sense of urgency. The state's disaster contingency fund would always be in line for any available part of a budget surplus to keep its balance at $50 million if possible under a bill the Minnesota House unanimously passed Thursday evening. Sponsor, Winona Democrat Gene Pawlowski, says the original impetus for the fund,
the biggest disaster in the history of the state in southeastern Minnesota in 2007, when southeastern Minnesota was hit on one Sunday night with 18 inches of rain.
Pawlowski indicates some creative and not so creative sources of funding have popped up the disaster contingency fund over the years, and he contends a long-term stable source is needed to ensure assistance is available without a special legislative session. Disaster contingency funds allocated by the governor expedite assistance to communities with damage to public property and infrastructure such as roads, utilities, and buildings. An Ag Committee member in the U.S. Senate is concerned the House version of the Farm Bill won't be bipartisan. Minnesota Democrat Tina Smith.
We are aware that the House committee looks like they might be getting ready to mark up a bill. My best information right now is that that isn't a bipartisan bill, which of course makes it a lot harder to move forward, but at least there's some discussion of getting to markup.
Smith says Senate Ag Committee leadership continues to look for common ground.
I hope everyone understands that this isn't going to get easier as we move through this big election year. It's only going to get harder.
Smith says there is bipartisan agreement in both chambers on many Farm Bill issues, but the major sticking points remain funding for the nutrition, conservation, and commodity titles. A Foley couple is facing charges that they failed to file income tax returns over a 6-year period. The Minnesota Department of Revenue has announced that the Ramsey County Attorney's Office has filed charges against Ian and Jessica Stocko. The Stockos allegedly failed to file returns from 2017 to 2022, despite earning enough income through their business, All American Arborists, to be required to file tax returns. The complaints allege that the Stockos knew of their obligation to file income taxes because they had filed returns for prior years. The Revenue Department says Ian and Jessica Stocko are each charged with 6 felony counts and owe more than $129,000 in income tax penalties and interest. Catholic Charities of the Diocese of St. Cloud has announced a change. The Office of Social Concerns, currently under the direction of Catholic Charities, will move to the Diocese of St. Cloud. Social Concerns will continue to work with community leaders and leaders of multi-faith congregations, and the change will allow the Diocese of St. Cloud to be more directly involved in the multi-faith community collaborations. The Social Concerns Director and Rural Life Coordinators will move from Catholic Charities to the new offices at the Diocesan Pastoral Center in downtown St. Cloud by July 1st. The University of Minnesota Medical School in St. Cloud and Centricare are hosting 50 students from rural communities who are interested in applying to the new medical school. The organizations are holding a workshop for the students ahead of their first class of students, 24 students, in the fall of 2025. The workshop will be held this Saturday at the CentraCare South Point building at 3001 Clearwater Road in St. Cloud. Students will gain insights and be connected to resources related to the application process, interview preparation, and tips for writing personal statements. They'll also have the opportunity to work with a physician mentor. Minnesota's $25 million film production tax incentive program is being administered by a 501c3 nonprofit. Melody Behan of Minnesota Film and TV says a bill in the House would establish her office as a new state agency.
Having gotten this tax credit passed, it's incumbent that we have, the proper oversight and administration and not leave that to a nonprofit.
Behan says the bill laid over by the House Economic Development Committee has bipartisan support. Minnesota Film and TV provides tax incentives to producers who make shows and videos in the state. With the weather warming up and people spending more time outside, the DNR is asking the public to be bear aware and take steps to avoid potential conflicts with black bears this spring. As the bears emerge from their dens this time of year, they're hungry and often explore more territories in search of food. Officials say they're normally solitary forest animals, but their powerful sense of smell can lead them into more urban areas for an easy meal. The DNR says you can prevent possible bear visits by removing bird feeders, reducing food odors, and keeping outdoor garbage containers tightly sealed. Boston College and Denver University will meet in the NCAA Frozen Four men's hockey final tomorrow at the X in St. Paul. Denver upset Boston University 2-1 in overtime in the first national semifinal Thursday. Bloomington native Tristan Brose scored the game winner for the Pioneers. Top-ranked Boston College skated past Michigan 4-0 in the second semifinal last night. The Eagles and Pioneers face off in the national championship at 5 tomorrow in St. Paul. Hear the game on Granite City Sports, or sibling station. And this year marks the 150th annual running of the Kentucky Derby, and there is a party here in the St. Cloud metro area to celebrate. The event is on Saturday, May 4th at Backshed Brewing in Wade Park from 3 p.m. until 6:15 p.m. The race, the most exciting 2 minutes in sports, is at 5:57 p.m. Guests are encouraged to come in their best Derby attire, with ladies in bright-colored dresses and show-stopping hats, and men in their sport coats and bow ties. There will be prizes for the best dressed and best hat. Backshed Brewing they're doing a special mint julep seltzer just for the day. They have live bands both before and after the race. A food truck will be on site. Backshed has 2 60-inch TVs for watching the Run of the Roses, a Run for the Roses. The Derby Watch Party is a fundraiser for Quiet Oaks Hospice House and their Dancing with Our Stars campaign. WJON News Director Jim Maurice and his partner Lisa Lawson are dancing for Quiet Oaks in this year's event. Backshed Brewing is donating 20% of all sales all day to the DWOS campaign. WJON News Time is 5:39. It's 40 degrees. News is brought to you by Farmers and Merchant State Bank and Buyer Built Woodworks. Weather forecast is coming up.
Sales.
WJON weather forecast for St. Cloud and for St. Joseph. High today of 59, sunny skies. Winds out of the northwest, 10 to 15 miles an hour. Tonight, low 36. With clear skies, west winds, 5 to 10 miles an hour. Tomorrow, high 75, bright sunshine. Tomorrow night, low 46, clear skies. 72 on Sunday, ample sunshine. Monday, high 76, mix of clouds and sunshine with a chance for scattered thunderstorms. 65 on Tuesday, cloudy skies. Scattered thunderstorms are likely on Tuesday. Wednesday, high 58, chance for scattered showers. And then Thursday, high of only 48 with cloudy skies. Right now, we're at 40 at WJON. The official high at the St. Cloud Airport yesterday, we got as warm as 60. Low is 39, just a trace of rainfall yesterday. The average high temperature for this date is 53. Average low is 31. Record high temps at a 1931 of 82. Record lows at a 1950 and 1992 of 13. Right now, 40 at WJON. Time for a better life.
Hey guys, time to get in on the action for the biggest moments in basketball with Prize Picks, America's #1 fantasy sports app. Just select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projections, place your entry, and win up to 100 times your money. Right now, Prize Picks will match your first deposit of up to $100. Just download the Prize Picks app and use the code GET100. That's code GET100 on Prize Picks for a first deposit match of up to $100. Prize Picks. Pick more. Pick less. It's that easy.